Welcome back, the latest addition to the Region Racing Celeb Challenge, John Smith.
It really is quite intimidating.
Absolutely. I mean, someone asked me how I'm feeling. I said I'm feeling semi-terrified. So they said that's a good thing. So I suppose you got to have caution. I think the reason why everyone gets into the sport is that it is exciting. It's a petrol head's dream. It involves big engines, fast cars, amazing suspensions. But there's a fair amount of caution in terms of how to do the sport safely and do it intelligently. So yeah, I'm bloody nervous, and obviously want to get it right so that at least my driver can have a good drive today and tomorrow.
John wasn't alone. The other celeb, Jeannie D.
Having a look around, is this anything what you expected?
It isn't really. It's so much bigger than what I thought it was actually going to be. But it's really exciting. I mean, there's all these motorhomes and all these amazing trucks. You walk in there's sound systems, leather couches. It's very rock star, so I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, you get to top end of those speeds and you realize how fast you're going over a track that you shouldn't even be on in a car. So it is just one of the most exciting and amazing experiences I've ever had.
John and Michael Whitehouse came 5th in class at the Force Fuel 450, taking the Sharks CEO to top spot in the Celeb Challenge standings, just ahead of Jeannie D and Curry Cup and Super Rugby hero AJ Venter. From the productions to the specials, now while Class T has seen the defending champions take charge once more, it's a different story in Class A, where many competitors are vying for the championship. In fact, defending champions Evan Hutchison and Donnie Stassen from Motorite are yet to win a race, such has been the intensity of the competition. Capturing first place at Sun City, Lawrence Duplessis and Keely LaRue. Another good performance from Quinton and Cully Silbolt and the Elegant Fuel Bats see them at the top of the standings. In third place, Brett Park and VZ Van Sel from Sizanani Plastics. The defending champions Hutchison and Stassen finishing in fourth place, which is 3 spots lower than what they wanted. KZN duo Daniel Brooks and Gavin Gray had their third finish of the season, coming home in a respectable 5th place, but it was Duplessis and LaRue that took top honours. Their second place finish has seen the Silbolts climb to 88 points, a massive 26 ahead of Duplessis and LaRue, while Kahardis and Hardis Duplessis are third. On to another regional race, the Escort 250, part of the Natal Off-Road Motor Club's regional race program, with the start and finish at Lungela Lodge. The event played host to the cream of the driving crop from KZN.
To get lost at the moment if I'm navigating, believe me. Now this is fantastic. It's the first time I've ever been here. I've never been in a car like this before. As you know, I was involved with motorbikes for 18 years. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But I've got a lot to learn. I think I'm going to have to learn fast too.
To be fair, some may need to learn a bit more and a bit faster than others, like David Cheek, who's driving for the very first time.
Yes, it is. Never done this before, never done any type of off-roading ever in my life before, and this is something of a new experience for me.
In complete contrast, we've got Brett Hulls.
Basically what he's saying there is, yeah, he enjoys off-road, it's lekker, and he's improving as we're getting the car together and as we're managing to shoestring budget.
One man who certainly knows his way around a route is Arthur Barnes.
We're hoping for a good prologue, because that's definitely going to be a factor today, and then just focus on keeping it tidy and trying to stay in front of our opposition for the championship.
Well, stay in front they did, they being Barnes and his navigator Anthony Asher, the pair setting the fastest time in the prologue. Lying second on the grid, 2 men we see compete regularly on the Donaldson Cross Country Circuit, Daniel Brooks and Gavin Gray. Don Thompson and Wayne Foster will have to be content with a start from third after putting in a time of 22 minutes and 48 seconds. Just over 2 minutes further back, Reg Sutton and Warren Bienica. Rounding off the front 5, another regular in the Nationals, Gary Campbell, but this time he has daughter Jess alongside him. First in Class B, Ian McLean and Luke van Dort, the pair having put in an impressive time of 23 minutes and 28 seconds. So Barnes and Asher will start off from the front, closely followed by Brooks and Gray, with Thompson and Foster in third spot. As always, with qualifying done and dusted, it's time for some brief R&R before the competitors hit the hard stuff once more. And it certainly is hard and tough, especially when it comes to dust. It's going to be problematic.
I think it is going to be very tight. We caught up to Don in the prologue, and yeah, the dust was terrible. I think it's going to be a very big problem.
So R&R for some, but nothing of the sort for most. Fixing and fine-tuning is the name of the game before competitors tackle 2 more loops of unrelenting terrain. Competitors like Don Thompson, who had a fairly tough prologue.
Yeah, no, we headed off here this morning and everything seemed to be going quite well, and about halfway around I think we clipped a rock or something and broke the back A-arm, the rose joint in the back A-arm. So yeah, the handling was a bit knackered after that, but anyway we managed to get to the end.
Bad news for Don, but good news on the recovery. No bad news for Asher and Barnes, who get the racing underway. The pair have really enjoyed a tremendous 2014 and are always competitive, no matter the size or scale of the event. The same can be said for Brooks and Gray. The duo are always tough and... but I spoke too soon. Problems on board. And it looks as if they've come to a standstill. In complete contrast, Thompson and Foster are going strong and have now climbed to second place because of Brooks and Gray's mishap. In third place, Reg Sutton and Warren Bianca, proving that water is no match for these cars, and why not throw in some thick bush too. Or maybe I spoke too soon. The pair coming to a halt. As a result, no problems for Gary and Jess Campbell. They're now up to third. Jack and Brett Peckham have really worked their way up the order. They started outside the top 10 but are incredibly in fourth position. First in Class B, Marcus Taylor and Trace Pricemore. They were 9th fastest in qualifying but have managed to get to 5th overall. Good news for Brooks and Gray, they're back on track, but they now find themselves 5th in class, having dropped 3 places. First in the Clubman class, Carl van der Merwe and the man we heard from earlier, Stuart Ramsey, were certainly not lost as he predicted they would be. Lying second in Class B, James Watson and Clint Brook, they'll be relying on their vast experience to go one place better. Robert Spencer and Kevin Teron are third in Class B, the pair having set a time of 35 minutes and 12 seconds. Sandwiched between 2 other vehicles as they go through a water hazard, so to speak, is Tony Ball. Ball, as always, opting to go it alone and not make use of the benefits of a navigator, and it's put him in good stead. Not in a good place at the moment, Reg Sutton and Warren Bianca.
We caught Don Thompson and we were right in his dust, and for some reason or other, I don't know if his screamer's not working, but we were about 10 meters behind him by the time we got to the stop street here. And in the dust we never saw the sloot on the side, and our car went in there and we had a head-on with a tree. We came off second.
Going a lot better, Brett and Lisa Sneyman, who are second in the Clubman class, which is the proving ground for rookies, and they only complete half the distance. Rounding off the top 3 in that class for now, Dave and Jane Gurney. So after 50 Ks, Barnes and Asher lead from the front, followed by Thompson and Foster, while the Campbells are in third spot. The welcoming sight of DSP greets competitors, giving them a well-earned but brief break, while their Chariots gets a much-needed TLC.
We had a problem with alternator earlier, but it's all sorted.
Plans for the second loop?
Just do as best you can, eh?
Let's catch up with Jack Peckham, who had an incredible run in Loop 1.
Nice and rough, but yeah, car's going well. Developed a little bit of a misfire, but yeah, we're having great fun.
And you're climbing.
Yeah, we made up a few spots, so we look forward to the next 2 laps.
Back to business, and Barnes and Asher wasting little time. They're flying out in front and utilising all their experience to full effect. In second place in Class A, Don Thompson and Wayne Foster. They started the day third on the grid but have made up a spot. You could see the drive. Jess Campbell had a DSP and it's helping her and Gary out tremendously. They're third. Brooks and Gray have bounced back brilliantly from their earlier difficulties to find themselves in 4th place in Class A. On board with the pair now, and it looks as if their route has been blocked somewhat. Well, it proves not to be too big a problem. They're back on track. In 5th position, the Peckhams, Jack and Brett, still going strong following that superb first loop. James Watson and Clint Brook continue to lead matters in Class B. Second in class, Marcus Taylor and Trace Pricemore. The pair enjoyed an excellent first lap, covering the route in 1 hour, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Rounding off the front 3 in Class B, that man once again, Tony Ball. Robert Spence and Kevin Teron sit just outside a podium place, the pair having been overtaken by Ball. Lying 5th in Class B, Rodney Curran and Roger Curran Sr. But up front, who else but Arthur Barnes and Anthony Asher, another scintillating race from the dynamic duo.
Yeah, I loved it. It was challenging, but a fantastic route, and well done to the chaps who organised it, and thank you to the farmers for allowing us to run this event here.
Thompson and Foster finished 2nd overall, while the Campbells, Gary and Jess, were 3rd, 12 minutes and 29 seconds off the pace. Back to the Donaldson Cross Country Championship, at this time to Class P, another closely fought division where it's extremely tight at the top, and the competitors are certainly at the top of their game. Coming home in 1st place and 3rd amongst the specials, the man nicknamed Maverick, Colin Matthews, alongside his Century Racing navigator Rodney Burke. They were almost 10 minutes clear of their nearest challenger in class, John Thompson and Maurice Matten in their Zarko Magnum. In 3rd place, the Calcimite Rhino Tanks Bat Spec Zero of John Telford and Victor Nteke. Thompson and Zamatin lead the championship overall on 100 points, 9 clear of Watson and Thompson, while Matthews and Burke are 3rd. Next month, we're at the Black Mountain Hotel in the Free State for the Dabanshu 450, the 7th leg of the Donaldson Cross Country Championship. Don't miss it.